Hello and welcome to BBC London's Daily News podcast with me, Riz Latif. Claims that the former Conservative Prime Minister Sir Edward Heath was gay but told to keep his sexuality secret for the sake of his career have been dismissed. Tory London Assembly member Brian Coleman said Sir Edward was told in the 1950s that cottaging or seeking gay sexual partners in public places could harm his career. Writing on the New Statesman website, Mr Coleman said the warning had been common knowledge in the party, but those comments have been denied by former colleagues of Ted Heath.
In all the 20 years I knew him, I never had any such suggestion. I was aware that he had many close girlfriends, and indeed that before the war he had a girl who was so close that he hoped he might marry her after the war, but by the time he got home again she'd married someone else.
More than 400 police officers have taken part in raids across the UK targeting crack cocaine dealers. Houses were raided in London, the West Midlands and the North East in a bid to smash an international network involved in smuggling drugs from Jamaica via London to Teesside. With less than a month until the introduction of home information packs, or HIPs as they're more commonly known, property experts are warning of difficult times ahead for sellers in London. When the packs come in next month, for the first time, the energy efficiency of your home could affect its value. Estate agents claim the move is unnecessary and could spell bad news for the housing market.
The problem is that the agenda has been hijacked by the government and used to promote the green energy issue. This is now all about energy performance certificates and very little to do with improving the home buying process.
Now, never one to be shy and retiring, Chelsea manager Jose Mourinho has fuelled the ongoing feud between himself and Liverpool boss Rafa Benitez ahead of tonight's Champions League semi-final at Stamford Bridge. With so much riding on the match, Mourinho has said that Liverpool will resort to dirty tactics to beat his side. Geraint Hughes reports.
At times, you must wonder what is going on in Jose Mourinho's head.
Historically, they are a monster. They are not a big club, they are a monster.
Oh dear, Jose. And he continued. It's fair to say he doesn't get on with Liverpool's Rafa Benitez.
He's the manager of a big club like Liverpool, and I respect him for both reasons, but a friend, no.
Part of Mourinho's dislike of Benitez relates to the Champions League semi-final 2 years ago. Luis Garcia scored the only goal in that tie, and Mourinho won't acknowledge a goal was ever scored.
Everybody knows now that was not a goal, but that's history, that's past, and we look forward. Revenge is not a word for me, and I told you before that this will be a fight. It wouldn't surprise me if tomorrow they will chase Drogba for 90 minutes, try to get him suspended for the second game. So even on that, they are in a different level than us. So I think they have more conditions than us, yes.
That's Jose Mourinho's view, of course, but his comments have further raised the stakes ahead of tonight's match, if that was ever needed. Geraint Hughes, BBC London News.
Now, the official line from Transport for London is no smelly food on the tube. But a group of people have taken eating on the Underground to, well, a whole new level, with napkins, cut glass and fine china and vol au vents for all. Here's Matthew Morris.
Preparing to dine in style on a Jubilee Line train. The latest home movie to hit the internet video website YouTube. A group of North London art students enjoy this dinner party and film it. The wine is poured, the food is served, and they tuck in. Tube staff had not given their permission for this party. A spokesman for London Underground said this is amusing, but the Underground is not a suitable place for stunts to be carried out, as its primary function is to keep London moving. It may be a good video stunt, but many see taking food and drink onto the tube, whether it's a burger or a bottle of Beaujolais, as a very bad habit.
I don't like to eat on the tube because I think it's disgusting, just because it's so dirty on the tube, but I don't mind if other people eat on the tube.
My other half can get quite offended because she's quite fussy. It's the sort of thing that, you know, smells quite strongly, she takes offence to.
Time to pack up, the meal is over, now preserved on the internet if you really want to see it again. Matthew Morris, BBC London News.
OK, a look ahead to the weather now. Here's Peter Cockcroft.
Hello, there's some more warm, sunny weather on the way, but before it arrives, we're going to get a little bit more rain. Not this evening, should hold off for the match at Stamford Bridge, and we'll keep you updated on the latest score on 94.9 FM. And it should be dry around midnight. It'll be in the early hours that the next batch of rain pushes up from the south coast, and with all the cloud around, it's going to be another very mild night for the time of year. 10 Celsius is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So a wet start for some of us in the morning, but that rain should fizzle out. The cloud will get pushed away as well by the northeasterly breeze. By the afternoon, a fair amount of sunshine, but temperatures, they're going to be very similar to today at 17, 18 or 19 degrees. That's because the sunshine, the heat from the sun, being tempered by this northeasterly breeze, bringing the air in from a very cold North Sea. On to Friday, sunnier skies, so it's going to be a little bit warmer, and then over the weekend, well, a lot of sunshine, so even sunnier and even warmer during Saturday and Sunday. So a little bit more spring rain to come during tomorrow. Then high pressure takes over, clears the cloud out of the way, and with some strong sunshine, we could be into the mid-20s by the weekend. That's the forecast.
On to a summary of the day's headlines, and tributes are being paid to Alan Ball, the youngest member of England's 1966 World Cup team, who's died from a suspected heart attack aged 61. He won 72 England caps and went on to manage clubs including Southampton and Manchester City. The Home Secretary has warned of the potentially devastating consequences of a terrorist attack on vital electronic systems. John Reid believes they could use computers to disrupt financial services or energy supplies. The uncle of a 5-year-old girl who was killed by a pit bull terrier in Merseyside has pleaded guilty to owning a dangerous dog. Magistrates told Kyle Simpson a prison sentence was not out of the question. Councils which collect rubbish every fortnight rather than every week say this has boosted recycling. A study by the Local Government Association found some authorities had already exceeded their targets for 2010. Business leaders have criticised new guidance which suggests smokers should be given paid time off work to attend stop smoking clinics. The idea was put forward by the health watchdog NICE. World leaders have attended the funeral of the former Russian President Boris Yeltsin in Moscow. They included 2 former US presidents and Sir John Major and the Duke of York. And don't forget, you can watch the stories of the day online on our website, bbc.co.uk/London, and on tonight's 10 o'clock news on BBC One. But that's all from me. Thanks for downloading this podcast from BBC London News. As always, if you've any comments for us, you can email us at yourlondon@bbc.co.uk. Thanks for watching and a very good evening to you.